Yeah, I mean, Miles is capable of getting more yards, but Jordan Howard is capable or is a better fit for this offense. That's what I like more about Jordan Howard. Given the dynamic of who lines up on offense behind arguably the best, one of the top three offensive lines in football, despite being banged up and the moving parts. I like Jordan Howard more than I like Miles Sanders.
You got a Wednesday edition of Birds 365. We're kind of shaking up the lineup a little bit, like the Birds. Don't know who's going to be playing this week. Injury issues with the Eagles, quarterback, running back with Miles Sanders, Jason Kelce in his knee. Yeah, even though Kelce, everybody knows Kelce's hurt, but he's going to play too because he's just one of the all-time tough guys. Speaking of tough guys, joining me for the next 7 minutes here on Birds 365 is the boss man, Joe Krause, from his comfortably ensconced studios in the Krause network. Good flags you got going. What are the flags behind you right now, Mr.
The
Krause?
U.S. Army flag and, of course, the flag for the greatest country in the world, the American flag, Jody Mac. And listen, as I'm sitting in the green room, by the way, waiting to jump on, I finally realized, listening into your last couple of minutes with John McMullen, that I sit here as the Gardner Minshew of Birds 365. I'm quirky. I can't throw the deep ball.
Okay.
But I can dink and dunk my way through the segment to get to the finish line. And that perhaps is what we'll see on Sunday. Should Gardner Minshew get some playing time in the game against the Jets. So that's my thought as I jump in here on a Wednesday morning.
I like a lot of the parallels between you and Gardner Minshew. I think they're very much on point. You got to work on that facial hair because he's got one of the most recognizable mustaches in football, and you have none, Mr. Well-shaven guy. But I see the comparison with where Gardner is at and what he's going to be asked to do this week if he comes in as we're asking you to do what you need to do. How much concern do you have that part of the decision Eagles will have to make on who's going to be their quarterback on Sunday is, a different quarterback, a stay-at-home quarterback, a pocket quarterback. We've got a good offensive line. We could probably protect Jalen. But we count so much on his running ability. If we can't do that, because, yes, the ankle is sturdy enough that we think he can drop back and pass, but we don't believe he can take off and run for 70 yards like he has a bunch of times over the last few weeks. How much of a fact do you think that is that the decision is going to come down and go, well, if he can't run, who gives us the best chance to win? It's the mustache man, Gardner Minshew. Do you think that's going to be in play on Sunday?
Well, I think if it's in play, and I talked with John McMullen about this on Football 24/7 on Monday. We did not do a coordinator's day Football 24/7 yesterday, but I did talk with McMullen about it on Monday. The weapons, Jody Mac, that Jalen Hurts has on this offense are just not fair. They do not give Jalen a legitimate chance to prove how good or how bad he is. And that was evident in the game on Sunday. So my initial answer or thought to your question is, if it's Gardner Minshew, who doesn't have the mobility and the ability to extend the play, Gardner can at least make a quicker decision than Jalen and get the ball out quick. Now, he might not get it deep, but he'll get the ball out quick. The question is, will it be Dallas Goedert? Will it be DeVonta Smith? And who will be on the end, or who will be on the receiving end of Gardner Minshew's decision? But at the end of the day, it's the same. They're two different quarterbacks. but they are the same. When you line up with the talent that this team has offensively in the skilled positions, that's what you're going to get.
It is. They're asking Jalen Hurts right now to carry a pretty heavy load because the offensive weapons around him are only okay. And we're specifically talking about wide receivers because the running game's good. If they get Joran Howard back this week, he's been on a great roll. It just between the tackles, north-south running. Boston Scott had been fine up until he put the ball on the ground this past weekend against the Giants, and Miles Sanders is what he is. He's a home run hitting back, and he's going to hit some home runs, but he's also going to have some plays where he gets caught behind.
You know, that first play regarding Miles Sanders of the game, Jody Mac, against the Giants, the very first handoff to Miles Sanders may have went for a yard or whatever it was, but Miles does not like, as we know, to run behind the tackles and hit the hole. He's dancing, looking for that home run every single time. Now, I do think somebody in that game, after that first run, came up to Miles Sanders and said, run the damn ball between the tackles, run right behind Jordan Mailata, and just get us yards. And that's what I liked so much about Joran Howard over the last couple of games before he was injured. Not only did he run angry, but he ran straight north-south. And that's what I don't like about Miles Sanders. But yeah, you know, he's a talented running back. Is he a great running back? I don't think so.
Yeah, but do you think Joran Howard's a great running back?
Well, for this offense, I think Joran Howard gets them what they need. I think Joran Howard gets them 3 or 4 yards.
But boss man, that wasn't the question. I'll repeat it for you. Is Joran Howard a great running back?
No, he's not.
No. Well, then.
But is he better than Miles Sanders?
Yeah, I don't think he's he's a better fit right now for what the Eagles want. I think Miles Sanders
that's what they have, Joe.
A much more talented running back.
Yeah, I mean, Miles is capable of getting more yards, but Joran Howard is capable or is a better fit for this offense. That's what I like more about Joran Howard. Given the dynamic of who lines up on offense behind arguably the best, one of the top 3 offensive lines in football, despite being banged up and the moving parts. I like Joran Howard more than I like Miles Sanders.
That's a fair way to look at it. I still have faith in Miles Sanders. I think he's a very good back. I think he's going to be there back next year. And I think they're going to have a productive running game next year with Miles Sanders if he stays healthy. Some people are down on Miles. I'm not. Doesn't take away from what the Eagles have been able to do when Miles out of the lineup. They've been phenomenal, Joran Howard and Boston Scott. And remember this, a lot of it has to do with the fact that they've got a quarterback who can rush for 60 or 70 yards on any given week. It isn't like Joran Howard has got the highest per carry average in the National Football League. He's got a good one, certainly one no one saw coming when he was on the practice squad 2 months ago. But a big part of the Eagles' successful running game, these 200-yard rushing games they keep putting up, is the fact that they got a QB who gets all those yards. And I think he could get those yards, whether it's Joran Howard, who's back there in the backfield with him, or Miles Howard, or Boston Scott, or Kenny Gainwell. Jalen Hurts is going to take off and do what he's going to do no matter who's in the backfield with him.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. But it still comes down to, you know, as I sit here and I listen and I watch and evaluate and learn from the experts, it still comes down to the talent and the weapons, Jody Mac, that the Eagles don't have on offense. Jalen Hurts is going to be the starting quarterback in 2022.
You think so?
Well.
You're
even if he's not
there.
Even if Jalen is not, go back to when Jalen was drafted and Carson Wentz was the quarterback. If you don't have weapons, or in Carson's case, the offensive line couldn't protect him, you're not going to be able to sustain yourself offensively in the National Football League. That's just the way it works. And they don't have enough talent on offense, or they don't have enough weapons to be different or to change when they need to change.
Just a quick check of the stats. Yards per carry this year for the Eagles. Boston Scott 4.7, which is a damn good number. Don't get your 4.7 is a pretty damn good number. He would be fourth on the Eagles. Third would be Miles Sanders at over 5 yards per carry, 5.2. Yeah, they got the Joran Howard leading running back yards per carry at 5.4, but the leading rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles is at 5.7. Their quarterback, Jalen Hurts. So you need to keep that in mind anytime you evaluate the Eagle running game. We always want to think of the running backs. Well, the Eagles have an extra running back on every single play, and his name's Jalen Hurts because he carries the ball like a running back and is productive like a running back should. He's the most productive running back the Eagles have.
Well, that's not a bad thing, though, right? You don't think that's a bad thing?
Here's the only downside to it, and I think it some people we get it here in Philadelphia because we watch Eagles week in and week out. We know how important he is. People will just look up Jalen Hurts' quarterback ranking. I believe he's now 28th in the National Football League after the bad week that he had last week. Quarterback ranking of under 20, 17 and change. My God, that's bad. He's dropped down. I think he's 28 out of 32 starting quarterbacks, which is not good. But that doesn't take Jalen's ability to make plays with his legs into consideration. It's a passer rating. Him running the ball is not passing, but that's an asset the Eagles have in addition to their offense that the only team in the NFL has anything like it is the Ravens with Lamar Jackson. So I think you just need, when you're evaluating Jalen Hurts, and you said you already think he's pretty much locked in for 2022, his ability to run is a key element in potentially going that way. But here's a problem. And, hey, it took 13 weeks to rear its ugly head. If you're going to run it as much as Jalen Hurts does, there is that great a chance for injury. And we're going to have to deal with it this week leading up to the game. He's got an ankle that's bothering him. That's just a given. You have to factor that in. If you're going to have a quarterback who plays the game like Jalen Hurts, you're not going to go through the season 16, 17 games now and know he's going to take every snap every single week. You just can't have that kind of confidence level like you do with other quarterbacks around the league because he's putting his body at risk every week.
You know, it's been beaten to death, in the last 24 to 48 hours, or since actually starting here on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel on the live postgame show with Gunnar, Mark Farzetta, and Devin Caney. The Jalen Reagor drops in the end zone. Greg Ward dropped the pass in the end zone that, hey, scouts will tell you if the football hits you in your hands, you should catch the football. So if you believe that to be accurate, Greg Ward dropped a touchdown. Jalen Reagor dropped those two at the end, which both passes from Jalen Hurts to Jalen Reagor hit him right in the hands, right where they were supposed to be. Even the catch that Reagor made prior was thrown in the right spot. Reagor made the right play and got the football. So Jalen did enough with what he has to win that game. I don't fault Jalen Hurts because the Eagles lost to the Giants. You know, this system that they have, or the cards that you're dealt with, you know, are going to ultimately determine the results. And that's what we have, Jody Mac. That's where we are. Unfortunately, we're talent short at the positions to make big plays.
Jalen Hurts comes with peaks and valleys.
Yeah,
some weeks he looks great, and you say, damn, there's our quarterback. Why are we even having this conversation? He's going to be our guy going forward. And then weeks like last week when he just wasn't finding open wide receivers. When he did, he forced a couple of balls. That's why he threw a couple of peaks. The peaks, every quarterback, every team with every quarterback, they have peaks and valleys. The Eagles' peaks and valleys with Jalen Hurts are a little bit more drastic than some other teams around the league. Would you agree with me that that's something that you really need to see between now and the end of the season? If we know what the peaks are, the best of the best that we've seen from Jalen Hurts, I don't even need to see that anymore. I just got to eliminate the valleys. I think that will do Jalen Hurts the best in his quest to become the Eagle quarterback going forward. Is you have to eliminate the valleys. You don't even have to peak up the way that he has on several weeks this year. I just don't think he can afford to have another game like he did this past week against the Giants. If he does, I think the Eagles are going in another quarterback direction there.
I agree with the statement and I agree with the theory, but if the pieces of the puzzle are the same, which they will be, you're going to get the same result. You're either going to continue to get peaks and you're going to continue to have valleys, or you're not. The only way you're not is to change the pieces. The Eagles do not have enough talent at the receiver position to run an offense that would be different than what we currently have. That's what I see. Again, I'm the Gardner Minshew. I'm on the sidelines listening with an earpiece. I'm listening to the plays that are being called. I'm watching it envelop in real time. You either have playmakers or you don't, Jody Mac. They don't have playmakers. They don't have enough playmakers.
Enough playmakers. That's the exact right way to say it. All right, Krause, last thing. We're going to get Jason Cole up here to join us next.
Back to the experts, bro.
I need you.
The experts.
I wouldn't even begin to ask you to take your Kanga hat off, but I'm going to ask you to take your eagle-colored green glasses off. Who's got a better green, Jets or Giants?
Jets or Giants?
Which color green, the Jets green or the Giants green? Who's got the cooler green, Jets or Giants? Jets or Eagles? What am I saying? God damn it, my bad. That's why he's looking at me. He wasn't looking at me. He's looking down at me.
What
Is Jay talking about? Eagles or Jets? Who's got the better green?
Jets, Jets.
That would be
Jets.
correct. Sorry, Eagle fans, but
no doubt about it. Eagles keep playing around with the green. They can't get it right. Jets have the right.
That would
green.
be correct. Now the Eagles have the better team. They got the better talent. They're in the better standings, and they may have the better future going forward. Jets still got the better green. Krause, great stuff. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, Jody Max. See you next. Hey, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.
Make sure you do like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Even to the lesser green. We are here on Birds 365. All right, Jason Cole, NFL writer, joins us next here on Birds 365.